All right, Tesla deliveries just came out, but I want to talk about the government shutdown that was a bigger issue than it actually is supposed to be. So let's get the Tesla deliveries out of the way. Tesla actually missed on deliveries. They expected to have about 450,000 deliveries, but only came short by about 20,000, and they delivered about 430,000 vehicles. However, something that is quite important for Tesla shareholders is that they did not change the expected delivery for the whole entire year, which means that for the next quarter, they're actually supposedly going to be expecting even higher amount of deliveries than expected. Okay, so of course you have to take into consideration that the reason why they actually missed on the deliveries was actually also kind of spoke about as well, which was the shutdowns and the upgrades that was actually happening to some of the factories. But other than that, honestly speaking, missing by about 20,000 vehicles isn't really that big of an issue. Again, I do not hold Tesla. I don't have longs or short on Tesla. So completely unbiased. I do think that this huge thing about them missing isn't really that big of a news. And of course, the market isn't really reflecting that either, okay? The market is not really thinking that, oh, this huge miss is going to be destroying Tesla. It's not really that big of an issue, okay? But what is a big issue is the government shutdown that was thankfully averted just not really last week, but just a few days ago. Okay, so let's talk about this whole government shutdown, okay? I've been talking about this government shutdown ever since I started making YouTube videos, so honestly speaking. Like, they had talked about the government shutdown for years now, okay? This has been the constant battle between the two parties, between the Democrats and the GOPs, and they constantly fight over this stupid thing, okay? Because debt is really, at the moment, at all-time high, at about $34 trillion at the moment for the United States. And they managed to avert this government shutdown at the last minute deal. Okay. However, do understand that this whole government shutdown is only being postponed for 45 days. If they did not come up with the deal on the 30th of September, basically we're going to be having a government shutdown. The last time we actually had a government shutdown was back when Obama was in office. Relatively long time ago, but honestly speaking, not really that long either. Okay, so pretty interesting that we managed to actually start to avert this whole entire shutdown. But I do want to talk a little bit more about what could have been. Okay, what was the fear factor over it? Okay, I'm pretty sure people already understand what would actually happen when the government actually shut down. But of course, that would only contribute to a recessionary fear on top of everything else that we already have. Okay, even one of the analysts in BlackRock is saying that this is one of the most dangerous time to be investing in the market because there is so many uncertainty. We are talking about government shutdowns and the treasury yields are going up. Okay, also evidently it also means that treasury yields are being treasuries are being shorted, hence the yields are going up. Okay, usually this shouldn't be happening. It should be inversed. We are expecting treasury to go up and treasury yield to come down during this sort of period of time. Okay, so of course we live in a crazy time. Okay, and let's not forget oil futures, treasury yields going up as well. All this completely crazy time. Okay, but of course when the government shutdown got averted, the deal that actually came out actually had nothing to do with Ukraine, which was kind of interesting because a lot of people from both the Republican side and the Democrats thought that they would actually set aside a fixed budget to continue fighting in Ukraine. But let's be honest here, okay? There's a good reason why Biden wanted to pull out from Afghanistan after 20 long years. They kind of shouldn't, and they probably don't want to continue this fight in Ukraine either. But I'm not sure about what Biden is thinking about. Honestly speaking, I think the Democrats are really in a weird mind space at the moment. They are thinking that they can actually be the heroes of this whole entire war that's happening between Ukraine and Russia, even though this is going to be a long, drawn-out war, possibly as long as what happened in Afghanistan as well. So honestly, to spend even more money there, I think it's just atrocious for them to even think that that is what they're supposed to do. And honestly speaking, US don't even have any sort of solidarity standing between this whole entire thing for the war between Russia and Ukraine. So I don't really understand what is the point of spending billions and billions of dollars on this war from a United States standpoint. But of course, a lot of people are saying that they're not really spending a lot of money because they're just basically sending over like old machineries or weaponries and things that they don't use anymore, and basically that's worth money. Hence, they are considered as donating money over to Ukraine. But whatever the case is, if US continues to stay this kind of weird standing between Russia and Ukraine, it's just going to create even more chaos for Ukraine, because that just makes Russia want to attack them more. And that's going to make this a whole drawn-out battle that we were talking about earlier as well. So, government shutdown on one hand, with this whole entire thing, honestly, I'm just very, very confused by what they're trying to do on this whole entire thing. And let's not forget, okay, that's not the only uncertainty that we have, okay? We also need to talk about Fed's rate hike. We're expecting yet another rate hike and no rates pause in the near future, in the next 1 to 2 years, maybe. We don't even expect any form of a pause to be coming as well. And let's not forget, we also have to talk about the UAW strike that is happening with the automobile industry. They're going at Ford, going at GM, going at all these different automobile companies. And possibly it's going to be effectively going to be moving over to the commodity side of thing. And that's going to have a weird cascading effect on the payroll for all these different strikes that might happen along the way. Okay, which is why I'm saying there's a lot of uncertainty in the market at the moment. Okay, this whole Tesla delivery is such a small thing that people don't really need to care about. Okay, it's just a miss on the number. Chances are they're going to be beating the next quarter number as well. Not going to be that big of an issue, but I think that we are currently going to be looking into something that's going to be a little bit bigger than whatever this economic data that we are always talking about. Those are going to matter a lot more. I think this government shutdown, even though we're just kicking the can down the road for 45 more days, basically the government is still going to be open for the next 45 days. It's kind of worrying that the fact that we are constantly waiting for every single 45 days, like, are we going to have an open government? Okay, we are. Kick the can down the road. 45 days later, are we going to have an open government? Yes, we are. Kick the can down the road. Are we going to have an open government? No, we don't have an open government. Government shut down. And then it's going to be just a collapsing effect throughout the whole economy. It's crazy how this is the economy that we're going through right now. Okay, it's 2023 and I'm surprised that we're going through this kind of economy. Yeah, but honestly, that's all I really wanted to talk about. I thought that it was really interesting that, well, okay, I don't think it's interesting because, let's be honest, we all expected this government shutdown to be averted. I don't think that the Republican wanted to destroy the economy to that extent. They just wanted to push it till the last minute and just be like, okay, you know what? Okay, we'll give it to you. We'll give you another extension, that sort of thing. They want to talk about debt ceiling. They want to really fight for the spending bill. They really want to ensure that the Democrats do not spend as much. But like I said, this has been a never-ending battle between the Democrats and the GOPs, and that's going to be continuously happening in the next few decades to come. Okay, so yeah, anyway, that's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, I hope that you guys like this kind of like a shorter style video. I don't want to keep you guys here for long. I want to keep it less than 10 minutes, get all the information out of the way, and then you can go on your merry way. Okay, but anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bye.